Hey everybody, just want to make sure it's recording. Sometimes I forget to press record. I gave you guys a handout about how to make a zine in Word, and it was wrong. There were total mistakes about how to do the page numbers on the columns. So I've sent your professor an updated, like an edited version of that handout that is correct now. And I also wanted to make this Zoom video to explain a little bit further. So let me share my screen and show you that handout. So this is correct. Now, page 8, it appears at the beginning, and then page 1 appears as well. You might be thinking, weird, and it is. The second page in this Word file, page 2, page 7, page 6, page 3, you're probably thinking I'm completely confused. And I get it. And the reason these page numbers look so strange and out of order is because it has to do with how you fold a zine after you print it out. This is why I like to make zines the other way, where you just take your blank sheets of paper and just start writing on them and pasting things on. You're totally in control of the page numbers when you do it that way. This way, you have to anticipate these strange page numbers and then work against it or work with it. So I printed this 4-page Word file out. I folded the 4 pages in half, and magically they are in order now. So this is page 1, the cover, and then there's page 2, page 3, page 4, page 5, page 6, page 7, page 8, the last cover. So when you're looking at it on the computer, you're thinking this is out of order, but it's not. When you print it out and you fold the pages, suddenly it all makes sense. Now, something that I do want to point out is that this is page 1 of my Word file, right? This is the second page. Well, they need to go together. So if you're doing this from home and you print them out, make them go back to back, and maybe even glue or tape 2 pages together if you want to. Because essentially what you really want is a double-sided printout, but most of us can't do that at home. So you can just tape it, take a little piece of tape and like fold it over to make the tape itself double-sided and put it between the 2 pages, or use glue. And then the same thing is true for pages 3 and 4. They also need to go back to back and essentially turn into a double-sided page. So really, you're dealing with 2 double-sided pages. And then you do have to sort of just figure out like where they go so that the pages are in order. It's very easy once you've done that. So it works. It's just weird. And now I do want to demonstrate a little bit more to I hope really make this make sense for you. So let me share a different Word file. Oops. Okay. This is what we normally, do with Word. We just start typing our research paper, whatever. It's got this orientation, portrait orientation. Now, I hope you can see this when I'm sharing my screen. I want to go up here to Layout, and I want to go to Orientation. And when I click Orientation, I have 2 options, Portrait or Landscape. Portrait is the default setting, but I want Landscape, which is the horizontal orientation. I also want to go to Columns. You've probably never gone to Columns before. We don't typically do that. But we have 1 column typically. But there are other options, 2, 3, left, right, more columns. We want 2 columns. Now, you can't see anything different. You don't even know I have 2 columns yet. So I'm going to show you how to start making this zine this way. It's essential that you do this. So type in page 8 right away, and then hit return all the way to the bottom. And then see how the cursor just went up to the second column on the page. And that is going to be page 1, the front cover. And I keep hitting return. Now I'm on the second page of this Word file, which is entitled page 2 for the first column. And then page 7. I know, it seems weird, but it works. Just keep hitting return. You might be able to do this more quickly on a PC. I'm using I'm using a Mac. Page 6. Maybe I could use the tab button to get to the next column, but it doesn't work. Hitting return. And see the cursor again goes to the top of the next column, which is page 3. And finally, on the 4th page of my Word file, I have page 4 and page 5. So now you have your structure, and now you're ready to start putting content in here. So for example, let me share a new thing. If I just go back into my goodness. Sorry, give me a second here. Huh, I don't know what it's doing. Let me stop for a second. Okay, share. Huh. Is it doing that? I'm just going to go to a different image here. Okay, so this is from my PowerPoint. I'm going to copy this Gladys Bentley image. I'm going to go back to my my new zine. And let's say I want that image to be on the cover. That's page 1. So I'm just right-clicking paste, and I'm going to put that in, maybe drag it, make it a little bigger. And you know, typically you might want to add some writing. Gladys Bentley was part of the Harlem Renaissance, and unfortunately remains little known. She was queer and gender non, a million typos, and is just finally receiving, just trying to show what it's like to have words. Okay, and then you can right click in the image, and this is important. I don't know if you can see this right now, but one of my options is called wrap text, and I want to select tight so that I can play around with this. Like I can put the words on that side, and if I go like this, I can maybe cut this, paste it up here. It's not exactly doing what I want it to do. All of this text, I wanted it to be up here. Honestly, I don't know what that was. So sometimes you just have to mess around with it. So I want my words, maybe this is too big. I want my words on one side, like that, and I can mess around with it. But see how I've already lost I messed up my page number. So now I need to just hit return and get that page 1 up there again. And then I can go back And I might have to adjust my pages again. That's totally normal. And then put in images and text for all the other pages in the order that I want. Keeping in mind, as you're looking at it right now, it's out of order technically, but when you print it all out, it will fall into order. One thing that is worth noting is that on this page, and I think I showed an example of this when I showed the zine that I made in one of the other videos. It was an image of a couple people from the People of Color Zine project, and I had a really big picture that went all the way across the page. Unfortunately, you can't do that with these two columns. So you would have to, you know, put one image on one side and one on the other. That's one of the disadvantages to me of doing it online like this. There may be ways around that I don't know, frankly. You could also print this page out and just tape in a big photograph right there before you go to Office Max or Staples. But if you want to keep it simple, just put one image per column, really. So let's go back to the other one. Wow, this is really giving me some grief tonight. Sorry, guys. Not sure exactly what's going on here. All right, this is what I was looking for. Okay, geez. I'm so glad I'm not teaching a left class right now. Although this is basically the same thing. So this is the file that you should have a copy of now. I hope you have a better understanding now of why the page numbers are the way they are in here. And if you have questions about this, you can email me and we can set up a Zoom. You can share your screen with me. I tried to give you a little more details. Some of this I've said to you now in the video. Some of it is a little bit more than what I've told you so far. So do read this. And I wish you good luck if you choose to make your zine this way. So let me stop sharing this and let me stop recording this. And I hope to see some of you guys on Zoom or have some emails with you because I can't wait to see what you're going to do with your zine assignment. And I hope that these videos and slideshows and Word files are helpful. Okay, thanks. Bye.